Hi guys, this is another video where I talk about the book I've been reading, and this time it's Pandora by Susan Stokes-Chapman. This book is set in 1799, which is in Georgian times in London, and it tells the story of this woman called Dora, who is an aspiring jewellery designer, and it's based on the Greek myth of Pandora's box. So I'm going to start this video first of all by showing you the outfit I am wearing, because I always like to do a book look, an outfit inspired by the book I'm reading. So I did find this outfit a little harder to put together. There is a part in the book where Dora is described as wearing a blue dress, so that's why I've decided to wear this one. I don't really have many pieces that are kind of like Georgian inspired, so I just decided to go for this one because I still think it does look vintage and slightly old-fashioned as well. And I'm also wearing this showy piece of jewellery because, as I said, Dora is a jewellery designer, and so I wanted to really wear like a statement piece of jewellery, so I decided to choose this one. But before I start getting into my thoughts on the book, I thought I would start by telling you the Greek myth of Pandora's box. So according to the Greek myth, Titan Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans, which angered the god Zeus. And so as punishment, he chained Prometheus to a rock and then every day sent eagles to eat his liver, and then Prometheus's liver would grow back, and then the next day the eagles would come again to eat his liver. So he was going through this daily torture. Zeus also believed that humans should be punished for accepting the gift of fire, and so he created a woman called Pandora. And Pandora received gifts from the other gods, which included wisdom, beauty, kindness, peace, health, and curiosity. Zeus brought Pandora to Earth to be Epimetheus's wife, who was Prometheus's brother, and as a wedding present, Zeus gave Pandora a jar. And that brings me on to the name Pandora's box. So in the Greek myth, Pandora actually received a jar, and it later was changed to a box in the 16th century. So originally it was Pandora's jar. Zeus warned Pandora never to open the jar, but Pandora's curiosity got the better of her, and she opened the jar, unleashing all manners of evil into the world, which included greed, envy, hatred, pain, disease, hunger, poverty, war, sickness, and death. Pandora closed the jar quickly, but unfortunately it was too late. But one thing still remained in the jar, which was hope, and then Pandora freed hope into the world, which made all of the difference. So now going on to my thoughts of the book. So when I heard that it was based on this Greek myth, I was very interested to read it because I love reading books on Greek mythology. I'm really interested in Greek mythology, so I was very curious to read the book. And I really like that this book is very different from all the other Greek mythology styled books. It's set in a completely different time period in the Georgian times, in London. It's not even set in Greece. And so, yeah, I thought that made it really stand out against the other Greek mythology books. But even though it is set in a different time period, there are so many mentions of the Greek myth in the book. The magpie, who is one of the characters in the book, is even named Hermes, which I love. Hermes is one of my favourite Greek gods, so I was very attached to the magpie in the book. But even though I found the book clever in the way it included the Greek myth, I do have a few negative points on the book, unfortunately. I was very into it when I was reading it. I did find it hard to put it down because I really wanted to know what was going to happen, but I did find it a very slow book. It didn't really pick up until nearer the end, really. And also there's this mystery surrounding the storyline. They were supposed to be, like I said, solving this mystery, but a lot of the time they were just told the answers by other people. So I did find some of the plot points a little disappointing when it was finally revealed what was going on. And although I did like some of the characters in the story, I thought that the baddies, like the villain characters in the story, the main one being Dora's uncle, I did find them quite animated, almost like a cartoon villain. I didn't find them as real as her other characters that she did in the book. All that aside, I did still enjoy reading the book. I didn't find myself getting bored. I was always wanting to know more. There were days when I would read like 6 chapters in one sitting because I just really wanted to know what was going to happen. And I don't necessarily mind that it was quite slow paced. I didn't mind that really at all. I just found that it didn't really go anywhere in the end, just for me personally. But I did really like how Susan Stokes-Chapman set the scene. I love history, and the way she explained London in the 1700s, I think she did that so well. I almost felt like I was in the Georgian times. So I really loved the way she set a scene. But overall, I am glad that I read the book. I did enjoy it for the most part, and I really love that it included the myth of Pandora's jar. That myth really hasn't been told that much, so I really loved the way it was done in this story. Please let me know if you've read this book before and your thoughts on it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.